All right. We're already talking over here, Steve, as we start another round of Talk of the Town. We're catching up this morning with Montgomery County Executive Marc Elrich, and we got a lot to talk about. We're already chatting, right, before they even come to us. Thanks so much for coming in this morning. I want to start with the fact that in the news this morning, we saw the anti-Semitic chalk writings that happened up at the Kentlands. But when I think of Montgomery County, I think of a strong Jewish population. I also think of a large Muslim community. And so when we see in the news, while that's a very local story, we see the world story of the Israel-Hamas war. That's not something that's just happening on the other side of the world. It's personal here in the county.
Yeah, I mean, we have a large population that has folks living both in the Arab world and in the Jewish world.
Right.
And fortunately for years, we've been able to, we have really positive relationships. People do things together when there, were atrocities committed. We'd put together interfaith groups and everybody would stand together. And, our goal now is to make sure we stand together. Whatever is happening over there doesn't mean that we should go to war with each other over here.
So how do we do that?
Not go to war, to understand that, nobody here has done something to harm somebody else here, and that it was a good thing to put ourselves in a place where everybody works together. It has a lot of value. It's true for other communities as well. And if it works for us, we should keep doing that. It would be very bad if people start descending into just, I hate these people because they're from a different tribe. We're in real trouble if that happens.
We are in real trouble. How do you promote that conversation? How does the county really create that atmosphere?
Well, you make sure we keep talking to each other. It's like with the money we put out for the, the different groups that could be subject to hate violence. So we're worried about it. Everybody agreed that everybody should get the money. Whether it was JCRC or the Muslim Community Foundation, nobody said, we're the victims here, give us money. It was like, everybody needs to be protected. We don't want this here. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a good thing about Montgomery County.
You and I were talking before we came on just about how hard the news has been to watch as of late. And one of the most disturbing stories that I've seen in a while locally was the Montgomery County police officer targeted by a serial speeder. I mean, I had a hard time wrapping my mind around someone doing that. How do we address that?
So when we were talking to the department, they said, this person has done this. They get his tag. He gets a speeding ticket repeatedly.
Yeah.
He taunts officers. He'll go up to a stoplight, see the officer run through the red light, and then dare him to chase him. We don't do high-speed chases because we're worried about killing somebody in a high-speed chase. So what we need from the state for people who do this serially, and I'd include the people who stop everybody on the road to do donuts, the crazy motorcycle drivers at 120 miles an hour, is to actually criminalize the behavior at some point, to not give somebody a speeding ticket, but to be able to take away their vehicles and be able to do something which is more, I'd say, painful in the non-physical sense of the word painful, so that they realize they can't do it, because they put people at risk every time when they're swerving in and out of traffic or driving 100 miles an hour on the road, and they're not rushing to go to work, but this is something they do just to do it.
So when does that happen? Like, when does the harsher penalties come along? When do they start to be held accountable so that we see change?
So Governor Moore and I had a conversation right after this officer was hurt. We talked the next morning, and I told them that we ought to support at the state level legislation that says this is different behavior than you're speeding to go to work, and it needs to be treated as different behavior. When groups get together and say, we're going to block the roads or we're going to all race on a public road, that's different. That's a crime. That is not a speeding ticket. And he was going to talk to the folks that he works with in legal to see what we could do, and I hope there are other legislators who are interested in doing this. But we've got to send a very clear message. You can't terrorize people on the roads.
Yeah, I hope that message gets sent soon. Switching gears a little bit, you're headed to Vietnam and India next week. So how does that benefit Montgomery County, Maryland?
So we think it benefits because, we're going there to bring companies back. So we went to Taiwan in the spring. We've already brought several companies back from that trip to Taiwan. We have more we think we're going to be signing agreements with, so I'm very excited about that. We already have people setting up meetings for us, MOUs. We have companies that want to meet us because both those countries nobody's internal anymore, right? Our borders don't define us. And so successful companies are looking to push beyond their borders and enter other markets. And so there are places that, particularly in the bio, in the DC region, where you come here, you're next to FDA, NIH, and your path to the market is basically
I was just going to ask you, I'm like, what's your, in like 30 seconds, what's your sales pitch to them there to get them to come to Montgomery County?
It's the second highest concentration of talent degrees in the country in this field here. The big federal agencies, which give us enormous presence, but they're also the gateway to approval processes. So we have a lot of tools that we can put together. We're the third largest biocluster right now. And, we're looking at what we can do to fill in the pieces that we know other people have that we don't have. I'll be bringing stuff to the council. We're going to identify we need this and this so we understand what fills in our blanks so we can be more successful. So we're very aggressive about this.
Well, as we are here in Montgomery County, Fox 5, we'll be following it all. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Always appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thank you very much.